Hi, boys and girls. I'm so excited to see you guys. I hope you guys had a great spring break. I hope you got outside and were able to do something that you love. For my spring break, I was able to go camping a little bit, so it was super fun. I miss you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys again. Alright, so for this week, for reading, we have a very special reading goal. And this goal is actually probably a little bit simpler than you might think. It happens every single day. Our brains are actually, they do it on their own. But when we stop and when we think about when our brain is doing this and we think about it a little bit deeper, it actually makes us understand things a little bit better, okay? So we have talked about these two words, similar and different, before. Similar and diferente, okay? So if I am using the word similar, I am talking about things that have characteristics that are the same, right? So even though these are different sizes, these hearts are different sizes, they're similar because they're both hearts. They're both the same shape, okay? I could also say they're similar because they're the same color. They're both orange. They're similar because they're closed shapes, right? You guys have learned that in math. And they are similar because they have one point at the bottom and two round curves, okay? And then down here we have something that's different. We have a square and a circle, so they are different shapes. They are also different colors, okay? So our reading goal today we're going to be looking for things in a story that are similar and different, okay? And I don't just do this when I read books. I do this all the time. So here's a picture of my family, and this is me, and this is my sister. So I could find ways that were similar, right? What do you guys think? Yeah, we both have brown hair. We're similar because we have brown hair. We are different because I am older than her, right? I'm a little bit taller than her. See, when I'm talking about the similarities and differences, it helps me see and notice them better. Okay, so I do that when I see people, when I see places. I could talk about if they're similar or different than other places I've been. When I'm writing in my journal, I could think as a writer, is my story today similar or different than it was yesterday? And when I read series books, I could talk about, Poppleton in Winter is similar or different than Poppleton Forever, okay? So I could talk about how books are similar and different, and that really helps me understand the world around me more, okay? So today, our goal is I can talk about similarities and differences when I read. And in order to do that, I need to be able to read and look for important information. Okay, do that with me. I need to be able to read and look for important information. Okay, I need to be able to retell the important parts. So I need to tell the important parts. So first, I'm going to read and look for the important information. And then I'm going to retell that important information. And then last, I need to be able to reread, go back and read the story again to find similarities and differences. Okay? All right, so let's do those together. The first part we have to do today is read to look for important information. Okay, the next part I need to be able to do is retell. Say all that important information. And then last, I need to be able to go back and read it again to talk about similarities and differences in the story, okay? So we're going to practice that today. And I actually have a story. It's called Monkeys and Apes, okay? And so before I even start reading this, does it look like we're going to be reading a fiction or a non-fiction story? What do you guys think? Yeah, fiction, right? I see some pictures. They look real, like real photographs. Also, the title, Monkeys and Apes, that kind of gives me a clue that I'm going to be learning something new about monkeys and apes, okay? And I kind of have an idea that I'm going to be looking for important information about how they're similar and different, okay? So this word down here we're going to learn later in the week. But right now, on my poster, I'm going to write similarities, and hopefully you guys can help me with that later. And then on this next part, I'm going to write differences. Okay, are you guys ready to start reading? Here we go. The first thing I have to do is read and look for important information. All right. Monkeys and apes. Monkeys and apes are alike in some ways. For example, both animals use fingers and thumbs to grab things. Ooh, they both use fingers and thumbs, just like I use my fingers and thumbs. That might be important information. I might have to retell that, so I'm going to try and remember that. Monkeys and apes look alike too. Monkeys and apes are different in some ways. Okay, so far, I know that monkeys and apes are alike. Alike means similar in some ways, and I also know that monkeys and apes are different. Okay, so I know I'm looking for my important information. They're similar because they use fingers and thumbs, and now I'm going to see how they're different, okay? Monkeys and apes are different in some ways. Apes are what could that be? Well, let's see here. Apes are larger. Ooh, apes are larger than monkeys. And apes don't have tails. All right, I need to remember that. That's important. Apes are larger, they're bigger, and they don't have any tails. That's so interesting. Most monkeys live in trees. Apes live on the ground. Apes are good at climbing trees, but monkeys are better at swinging from branch to branch. Wow, okay, so that was a lot of important information, but I can't tell you the whole story again, right? So, that was super interesting. I never even really knew that. All right, did I read the story and look for important information? Yeah, I was really focused on looking at that important information. Now I need to retell the important parts. And don't worry, if I forgot, I can always go back and read again. But I think while I was reading, I did a good job. I know that monkeys and apes are similar because they're similar. So they have things that are the same. And they both use thumbs and fingers to help them survive. Okay, so that's important information. They also are different because monkeys don't have tails. Wait a second. I don't know if I remember reading that correctly. I'm going to go back and look at the story, okay? I'm going to reread to find similarities and differences because I kind of am having trouble. So I'm going to go back and reread like a good reader does. Something about tails I remember. All right, apes are larger. Oh, apes are larger than monkeys, and apes don't have tails. Okay, so monkeys do. All right. Okay, so one similarity is apes and monkeys have fingers and thumbs, and one difference is monkeys have tails, but apes don't, and apes are larger. So I was able to remember my important information. I went back and I reread the story to remember that important information, okay? So now I can write the similarities down, okay, between monkeys and apes. So I can write monkeys, capital M, monkeys, and apes are, you know what, similar means the same thing as alike. And alike is right there in my story. So I'm going to just spell that correctly. I know how to spell A and I know how to spell like. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to spell it correctly. Monkeys and apes are alike because they both. I don't know how to spell both. I'm going to go back and find it in my story. For example, both. If I can read it, I can write it. There we go, both, because they both have fingers and thumbs. Period. Okay? Awesome. And do you guys remember how monkeys and apes were different? Yeah, there are a few different ways, right? I'm going to think about one important piece of information. Yeah, now I can remember. Okay, so monkeys and apes are different. Oh, I remember seeing that word over here. Different. All right, I can spell it. Different. Monkeys and apes are different because apes are larger and do not have tails. Do you guys notice that in the picture too? These apes over here, they don't have any tails and they're a little bit bigger, right? These monkeys over here have tails. That's probably why they're better at swinging from trees. All right, thank you guys so much for your help today. So, your goal today when you read a book, it could be nonfiction or fiction. I chose nonfiction today because I wanted to learn something new. But you guys can read with whatever books you'd like. And your goal today is to talk about the similarities and differences when you read, okay? In order to do that, I need to be able to read and look for important information. And then I need to retell that important information, right? So I remember it. Then I need to reread to find similarities and differences. Remember when I forgot? I had to really go back and look carefully at what the author wrote. Alright, guys. So that's your goal today. Good luck. Have fun, guys.